worth so much more than we allow ourselves to see. And we should always remember that. We should never forget that. Never let anyone belittle you and tell you that you're worth anything less than you are. Hi guys, it's Iheartshay here, coming to you with another video. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet. What are you doing? I'll give you some time. Are you done subscribing? Okay, thank you so much for your support. Now let's dive into this video. So today's video is going to be in light of the coronavirus and quarantine. Now it's been quite some time we've been on lockdown, and I don't know about you, but I've lost count of the days. I've lost count of the days since quarantine began. Cause I mean, why count? Because we don't know when this is ever gonna end. Is quarantine gonna end in 2020? Is social distancing really gonna end in 2022? If people don't listen and follow the rules, then that's just the way things are gonna be. But I know that this time can be very telling and very trying on some people. For example, single people who live by themselves, or people who don't have family around to comfort them in this time of need. Because this time is when we need our family or friends. But I know that we can't really be around friends right now because we want to conquer the coronavirus. So I know that a lot of us can be lost in our own little worlds, just locked in our room for days, not getting up to eat, not getting up to change our clothes, to take a shower. And this time can be very depressing, especially if you don't have your loved ones nearby. If you're single, you don't get along with family. If your friends are back home with their family, you're gonna need to hold the fort down for you, because this time can be very telling on your mind. We should be figuring out the things that we like doing best right now. I mean, things that we can do indoors, because you know, everywhere is closed. You can literally go nowhere. You can't do anything fun. But as much as we can't do anything fun right now, we need to try and figure out the things that we really enjoy doing. Because if we don't do that, like, what else are we gonna do? We have no other choice but to figure out our new talents, learn a new skill. We have nothing else to do, guys. And I feel like everything happens for a reason, but I really don't know what the reason could be for the coronavirus. Like, I mean, I can think of something. The earth is finally getting to breathe. I know that this is such a bad thing that had to happen in order for the earth to be able to breathe again, because there's less pollution, there is less cars on the road, and the majority of the world is at home as far as I know. So the real reason for me making this video is to help you uplift your spirit in this trying time of COVID-19. Now, I've written down some uplifting mantras that can help you get through this time, especially if you're going through a hard time with people in your life. You really need to focus your energy on the people that loved you and the things that you love doing. So the first one is, don't ever allow anyone the opportunity to take you for granted, because you're worth so much more than that. And I feel like most of the times we allow people to control our lives. We allow people to control our emotions, and that should not be the case. We are worth so much more than we allow ourselves to see. And we should always remember that. We should never forget that. Never let anyone belittle you and tell you that you're worth anything less than you are, because that just tells you how small that person is. And we should never allow little people to belittle us, because they're already small and they want to make us small. So never give anyone that opportunity. And the second one is, you deserve the world and everything in it. Whatever you believe, you can achieve as long as you work for it. Because in this life, no one is ever going to give you anything. You have to look at life like no one is ever going to give you anything. If anyone ever gives you anything, look at it as a plus. Look at it as a blessing. But don't you dare go living your life depending on people to do things for you, because that's not the way life works. I mean, yes, some people were born with a gold spoon in their mouth, but not all of us have the opportunity for that. We should always be willing to work hard to achieve the things that we desire in life. The third one is, you do not deserve anything less than the best of the best. I mean, it speaks for itself. I do not have to explain that one, because if we don't believe that we deserve the best, then the best is going to be for the next person, and you're going to be so salty that you didn't wish that upon yourself, that you didn't work for that, and you're just going to have to cope with it. The fourth one is, stop allowing people to walk all over you. You are not a doormat. There's some people that only come into our lives to use us. Some people are mentally draining, and we should never ever open the door for disrespect, because as long as you crack the door, they're gonna kick it wide open. As long as you give them an inch, they are going to steal an entire yard from you. And we should never allow anyone the opportunity to do that to us, because it's mentally draining. It's not healthy for us. And I just believe that as long as you see the toxic trait in someone, you should let go. Let go of it, because if you don't, it's gonna become a virus to your life. That person is gonna seem like a parasite, and you're gonna not know how to let go. So don't you let anyone walk all over you, because you're not a doormat. You deserve to be placed on a pedestal, the highest pedestal. If you believe this, you're gonna reach so far in life. Just see yourself on the highest pedestal, and you're going to eventually be there. You're going to eventually get there. Don't you ever see yourself smaller than something that God made you to be. I know a lot of us don't even know our purpose in life yet, but always place yourself on a pedestal. And I don't mean look down on people. I just mean be up there, be above, be the bigger person in any situation possible. In everything, give God thanks. I do not have to explain this, because God got the whole world in his hands. No matter what we say or what we believe, God has the final say. So the seventh one is, you are beyond beautiful. If you believe that you're beyond beautiful, no one can tell you different. Don't just think it, believe it. When you believe it, you shall see it. And I know that a lot of people feel like something is wrong with them because of other people constantly demeaning them, people constantly belittling them, telling them things like, you're ugly, you're not girly, you're not handsome, you don't look like a man, you don't look like a pretty woman, your body is ugly, this, that, and the third. Don't let any of that get to you. And if you're guilty of doing things like this and saying things like this to hurt people, you need to work on yourself, boo. That can tell on people, and you'll never understand until it happens to you or someone you love. So the eighth one is, you are uncomparable. No one is like you. You are the only one of you that God made. God did not make two of us. Even if you're a twin or a triplet, you're still uncomparable, because at the end of the day, if you die, you die alone. Number 9 is, your presence will be missed after you decide to be absent. Now, what I mean by this is that a lot of people tend to take us for granted. Now, if you're always around, people will never miss you. When you decide to remove yourself from a person or a situation is when people will miss you, and they will regret, and I promise you, they're gonna regret taking you for granted. Choose you for once. You've been choosing everyone but yourself. You've been trying to make everyone else happy. But whatever happened to you? Can't you remember yourself? Can't you remember that you have needs, you have wants, you have a life? You need to be happy. Just choose you for once. Forget about the world for a minute and choose yourself. Do something to make yourself happy. Do not depend on anyone else for happiness. Say this with me. I choose me. Today, I choose me. And don't just say it, do it. Put God first in everything you do. And This is very powerful because before man, there was God. And before God, no one can imagine what was before God. So all that we know is that there was God before anything, any creation in this world. That only means that we should always put God first in everything that we do. The next one is put yourself second. And this only has to do with putting God first. After you put God first, you come next. Now, I know a lot of people say that they put their parents second or first or whatever the case may be, but the truth is, after God comes you, and that's just that. Let go and let God. Whatever the situation may be, just let go of it, pray to God, and believe that He will take care of the rest. If you worry about something, you put yourself through it twice. So why worry when worry kills? Just let go and leave it to God. Just believe that He can take care of it, and He definitely will take care of it. Your mental health is important. Treat it as such. Take care of yourself. Make yourself laugh. Read some jokes online. Spend time with family. Eat on time. Do some exercises. Do things to free your mind. Just repeat these mantras every day. Just tell yourself that whatever you're going through, you can get through it and you will get through it. Just take care of your mental health because it's very important. Now, the next one is giving up doesn't mean that you're weak. It only means that you can now focus your energy on something worthy of your time and your effort. Now, in a lot of situations, we feel like if we give up, people are going to laugh at us. If we give up, we're going to look weak. But that is not true. Giving up does not mean that you're weak. It only means that you can now focus your energy on something that you really enjoy doing. I once read a quote online by Nipsey Hussle, which said, "Stick to the script long enough to make something real happen." If you write your goals down, every day you look at them, every day you read your goals, you just have it there in front of you. Put it on a sticky note, write it in a book, stick it on your walls. Just look at it, just read it, just say it every day. If you do that, your goals will eventually come to pass. Then you will eventually meet at the end of your journey and you're going to see progress. I promise you. Just stick to the script. Always remember that you are a winner. Not because you never lose, but because you're always willing to give it a try. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to see more bomb videos from yours truly. And don't worry, you're gonna see more of this pretty face. I'll be back. Until next time, bye!